There we go. All right. We are live on both channels. We're live on the USBF Twitch. We're live on the YouTube channel as well. We have special guests all over the place in this set, guys. We're currently looking at the score, but we're going to hop into the Fleischer match for a moment. But you have two guests you can't see, actually. I have Michael Berkowitz in the center of your screen right here. In fact, let's get to our single match view. He is actually holding a special guest, his new daughter, June, who is, well, I don't know if she can be on camera, but she is wonderful. Someone that can be on camera and is available is Chris Willenkin also. So, Chris, I'll get you on where everybody can see you, but say hello. We can all hear you.
Hi, everyone.
Chris is a participant in the other match, basically. He's actually playing on the Rosenthal team and sitting out, so he's able to kind of take a look and talk about bridge with us. And let's look at this firsthand, guys, or at least the first thing we can see. And it appears to be that West is going to play three clubs on this.
Yeah, it's notable the Hurd Bathurst opening bid style at favorable vulnerability. Um, they'll open anything that arguably adds to 11.
Yeah.
So they're north with the King 10-9, fifth of hearts, those nice little spots. That's probably as good as a jack, I guess. Um,
Rates to
and
be as good as a jack.
notice here that caused a fair amount of trouble for the opponents who weren't able to early diagnose that they had no eight card fit. In this game of hot potato, they were left holding the bag in three clubs in their 4-3.
Well
Would you
put.
open that north hand, Chris?
No, I'm too old to open the North End.
What's
That
the
is not
cutoff?
true.
Oh, Rob.
I mean, if that's true, I'm just, I'm too ancient.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to be opening most of my balanced 11s there, but the main thing is just to have partnership style where you always open the same set of hands and your partner can rely on you for those. So, for example, these guys will never have 14 for with a five card major and a balanced hand and open a heart. They'll always open a no trump with those hands, and they know that. So they know
Yeah.
that the range here is 11 to 13, which allows them to be aggressive at the right vulnerability with some of these tens. And so the key thing is consistency, so that when your partner's evaluating whether to make a game try, for example, they just know what to expect.
All right. And Chris, I wanted to ask you a question. How do you feel at this point after playing, the almost, how many days have we been here? I don't know. It feels like I got here a month ago, but are you tired at this point, just mentally trying to kind of refresh and get yourself, like I picture a punch drunk boxer just getting like, water thrown at him, like, come on, a couple more boards.
The trial schedule is pretty easy. Only 60 boards a day for the team, so 45 boards a day for my pair. I feel like until a certain point, I'm kind of continuing to warm up. So
Gotcha.
definitely not feeling tired yet. Now, if we don't win this trials, I have one day off and then another potential 8-day trials in the mix. So you can
So
ask me at the end of
you're
that.
right. I've just talked to you in a week.
Yeah. Well,
Understood.
hopefully we'll manage to make a big comeback in ours and go home a little more quickly.
Well, you are the only world champion in the broadcast here. So is that right?
Dan has won a silver. That's pretty good.
I think we didn't we say world champion? I think like the silver is like world. No, I'm kidding.
Ouch, Rob.
Oh
What
my
medals
God!
have you
Stop.
won?
So,
What medals have you won, Rob?
so notice one dynamic that's going on in this hand. The defense here clearly, if they could see each other's cards, they want to get the hearts going because East with the long trumps is kind of the master hand, and that hand has all those good spades now, and maybe even depending on how things go, it could end up with good diamond at the end. You know, unlikely that Bathurst is going to pitch one, but a lot of possible winners in that hand. And the defense, you know, if they were just tapping that hand by playing hearts and forcing it to rough, they'd easily be able to, you know, kind of get control of the hand. But they don't know that Declare is in a 4-3 fit either. And so each of them, you know, is happy to get a third round of trumps in, thinking they're kind of going to go 2 for 1, right? They're thinking, oh, my partner is going to show out on this, and Declare and the dummy are each going to follow. And that's one of the main reasons you lead trumps, right? As a defender, you really want to get to that point where you can lead a trump that's taking 2 of theirs for only 1 of yours. But is that really what happened? That's very interesting.
I finally figured out a way to do something useful. I've hidden my face so I can see all 3 of you. You're on screen. You can now see Chris.
So this is a creative play by Woolridge, Declare. So the trumps are all gone and his spades are all good. And he's kind of thinking to himself, well, if I attack the diamonds, the defense is going to get wise and play a heart. But maybe if I play a heart, you know, perhaps here I could get Hurd to duck to his partner's ace, right? I mean, who leads a heart from ace 4th towards dummy singleton queen, right?
And this is a funny position.
From North perspective, South must have the ace, quote unquote, right?
But this is a funny position too, Chris, because this is 2 people that are quite familiar with each other, and this is classic Joel. Also, this is class. I've seen him do this against every player, just kind of like, hey, maybe, you know, do something weird, catch him up, and Johnny is taking a little timer, saying, "Is this the Joel I remember?"
I mean, I would guess, I wasn't watching carefully, but I would guess that Bathurst was able to indicate a preference for diamonds over hearts with the order of his clubs. So he had, you know, just little clubs there, 3 little clubs. And so I'm guessing he sort of played low, low, low. Everyone knew what the spades were at trick 1. That suit was kind of resolved. So the only relevant suits the defense needs to think about are diamonds and hearts. Trumps just are what they are. So I'm guessing he played low, low, low to tell partner, hey, I don't have the ace of hearts. I can't beat dummy's queen. But Hurd just kind of checking it over.
Yep. So let's plan ahead just a bit, ladies and gentlemen, and let's talk about who do we want to get in the mind of on the next hand. Meaning, we'll kibitz just one hand, and we'll see the bids and the play through their eyes. Who do you think, Michael? Any preferences? You have June there, so it's
we vote Hurd.
Hurd? You okay?
2 of you.
Right. Very nice. Yeah,
We
it's a
vote
clean
Hurd.
mind to get into, pretty much. You know, pure game and bridge thought. That's all that goes on in his head, which is why he's a machine.
Yes.
All right. Who is taking odds here? I say he gets it right.
Ooh, here we go. Early. I say he gets it right also. But he's not screen mates with Joel either, right?
That's true. He's not screen mates with
So
Joel.
this is an under trick issue, right? They're going down either way, aren't they?
That's
They
right.
have to lose.
He's got basically 3 diamonds to lose, three diamonds to lose, or in this case, 2 diamonds in part after making this play. But if this succeeds,
we'll make it. Let's make it.
Be down 1 versus down 2.
Let's make it $1 at a time. $1. Welcome everybody to the broadcast. We've already gotten to the gambling here. We're trying to figure out if Johnny Hurd can get this right. Meaning, if he plays the king, he has kind of said, "I've called your bluff," essentially, Joel. And Joel's making a really kind of nifty play here to try to get an extra trick.
Could it cost to play the king? I mean, how many entries could Declare?
So-
I guess
So imagine, Dana, that Declarer has, for example, king 10-3 of diamonds or something, right? And and your partner has the ace of hearts. After you win the king, I guess you could play a spade back. Although partner is in some trouble now in the run of the spades. I think partner is basically going to be able to end play to give Declarer the jack of hearts. So we're just basically leaving the distributions the same, but switching the king of diamonds and the jack of hearts from south hand. That's 4 points. We're moving those to west, and then moving the ace of hearts from west to south. So 4 points going the other way too. So everyone has the same distribution, the same exact number of high card points, but Declare would be able to get an extra trick in that case if John.
And this is
well,
just it might look like, well, whatever, they're up this much, and what's he taking his time with? Well, I mean, that's just good bridge, right? You want to just make sure you give up the least at every time at your table and continue on to the next board. It's why it's such a grind. And I was wrong. We were wrong.
Who took the opposite? Who took the opposite?
I don't know if anyone really sufficiently took it, right? I think
agree.
June might have taken it, right? Yeah, she's like, I knew he was going to get it wrong.
June's communicating something. I'm not sure what it is.
She's like, heard such a fish. What's he doing over there? His old partner just taking an extra imp off of him. Those guys played together for a long time, right? Through juniors and then through at least one world championship.
I'm not sure in juniors, actually. Joel Wooldridge was playing most of the juniors with Tom Carmichael.
Ah, okay. Got it.
We actually made it to the finals all together on a team in 1999 before we lost.
Where were you?
In Florida, actually.
Well, that's kind of a bad beat. No, okay. Some people get to go to Amsterdam or oh no, it's Florida.
Yeah, well, we did have hometown advantage.
Is this reverse Flannery here?
That's what it looks like. Looks like this 2 spades is 5 spades, 4 hearts, exactly invitational.
There it is.
So, Rob, you said that Flannery was one of the words that was not allowed to be said.
I believe if reverse is in front of it, it's acceptable. It was a bannable offense earlier. Just like apparently shortness is a bannable offense also. I don't know why.
What?
It's a militant chat group on the Twitter or the Twitch feed here. But we love that.
This is a convention I've always been quite suspicious of. It's fashionable, but does it really win imps, right? And the theory behind it is that if South bids a spade, sort of a normal bridge bid, and partner rebids 2 clubs, for example, right now South can't bid his hearts because that would be forcing, it'd be an artificial game force in their methods. So the hearts go unbid. But in my mind, if partner does have diamonds and clubs, South has a nice hand just to go back to 2 diamonds. That's probably going to be okay. Partner doesn't rate to have hearts if they have 5 diamonds and 4 clubs. And of course, the downside to the convention is here, where North-South are carried to the 3 hearts level when
it might have just bailed out at.
And 2 hearts playing standard methods, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. Or 2 clubs, 2 diamonds.
I think so. South would utilize 2-way check back and be able to show 5 spades, 4 hearts, invitational at the level of 2 hearts instead of at the level of 2 spades. And North would
say, "See ya, eject."
So, for those of you who don't play a lot of conventions, this is not one of the ones to add to your thing. But the one that Dan and Chris are mentioning, which is 2-way check back, is actually a convention that I would say will be mainstream soon. I don't think it's mainstream among intermediate players, but among experts, regular new minor forcing is basically dead.
Not enough. And gets you too high, as Chris said, in a lot of ways. It doesn't give you those methods to kind of bail at the level you want to when you have bad hands.
Now this is a fairly favorable deal for North-South. So they're going to survive and make 9 tricks, I think. They've really got the South hand is sort of the master hand. It's going to set up now pretty easily. So the spade finesse is going to win. So South is going to lose 1 spade, 1 club, and 2 diamonds probably. And I expect Wooldridge is just going to keep it simple now and plonk down the ace of diamonds. Now, if he plays the 10 of diamonds back, he's ducked the trick entirely. Oh, that's interesting. That does not look like it's going to be successful. I think now.
So
Declare's got some handling. Declare may have to start diamonds now himself. That's interesting. Because if Declare draws trumps and leads another spade, well, I guess that's his plan. Well, now he's got some issues. It looks like he may still have to guess the diamonds. So now this is going to all work out. And now if Wooldridge can find either spade return or a low club, Claire's going to have some work to do here.
And the table, the other tables kind of leapfrog them here. They're already on to action on 34, so you can see the score on your left. 3 hearts making 3 there.
Can he go down? Doesn't he just always have 3 more spades and 2 more hearts now for 9 tricks?
Well, he doesn't. I guess if it goes club, I guess he's gotten count signal in the spades. Probably fairly confident the spades are coming in. So if it goes club to the king and a club back, in theory, he could have a guess.
Oh,
So
in
that's
diamonds, I see. Yeah.
Right. So club back,
Here it comes.
and now if Declare chooses to simply rough this club and cash out, he can make 9 tricks. But he might alternatively choose to discard. Nope,
Okay.
he's gone with his read of the count signal in spades, and so he's just playing for the spades to break instead of discarding, which would work against 4-2 spades, hoping to guess the diamonds. But yeah, so Wooldridge would have done better. He had to give himself any chance at all. He had to win the first spade and return a diamond, trying to get a rock. But he probably would have just played ace and a diamond. That would have been, that's probably his simplest defense. Just a partner has the king of diamonds, the contract's down.
Okay, guys, here we go.
All right.
I need to hide this from you so you can't see what happened at the other table. Oh, did you see it? Did anyone
No.
see? Anyone see
You were
that?
fast.
Looking at June. We're looking at June instead.
Was it fast enough? Was it fast enough? Oh, wait.
June.
No. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, June. Why are you so?
We are watching John Hurd play,
All right.
and I want to get that little window in front just in case they flash a result here. I don't want to see that, so let's get that right there. Sorry for that obstruction at home, but this is our experiment. So 1 heart on your right, and this is your hand. Interesting.
But that's so fun. You like redacted it.
Yes, just so you guys, I don't want any result to ruin our fun here. So now it's gone a heart past a spade.
Oh, I made a penalty double of 1 heart. Am I allowed to do that?
If you slam it on the table hard enough, it becomes a penalty. That's for sure.
And this hands like this are one of the reasons that pairs such as Bathurst and Hurd like to play these super aggressive opening bids, right? Because if you're John Hurd with this kind of 13 points, never being able to bid, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable if your partner is opening all their good 11-point hands, and you have a lot more comfort later.
That's a great point. If he knows Kevin's going to open his really kind of good 10s and bad 11s, he's like, okay, not as important for me to do much. Let me get
I'm
that
a little
out of the way
surprised.
there.
I'm a little surprised by the lead there. Don't you?
I'm also surprised by the lead.
The non-Trump lead.
Well, first of all, there's a strong argument to lead a Trump. I often tell people on this auction where Declare opens a major and rebids a minor and it passes out, you don't really need to look at your hand before you lead, except to see which Trump you should lead. Although it's easy to see why he wouldn't want to lead from King, Queen, Deuce, Deuce of diamonds. That trick usually comes back with interest, right, by stopping the opponent from trumping all your heart winners in the dummy. So that's surprising. And then also, I'm surprised this pair leads the second lowest of touching honors. But here, I would have expected the Jack of clubs from Jack 10 Doubleton to kind of alert partner about the count in the suit. So here, North knows very little about South's club holding. South could have the singleton 10. They could have Jack 10 Doubleton, Jack 10 third.
How sick do you think Hurd will feel if Kevin plays back a club and it shows out?
No, there's also a little bit on the edge here. There's backdoor tilt from getting the decision wrong on the last hand that Joel got an imp on. So maybe he's just like, well, let's do something fun here.
Yeah, he's gonna be he's feeling Hurd is feeling pretty comfortable because he's got those king queen of diamonds, but I think at some point during the play, there's an excellent chance that Hurd plays a second club himself, just to try to kill the dummy. So he doesn't need to do that while he still has the king queen of diamonds. But once the trumps start going away, there's this real worry that if Clara has another club, they could draw trumps and kind of use all of Dummy's clubs. And so I actually think probably Bathurst will shift to a trump. It's hard to know without looking at his hand, but that's what I suspect will happen.
Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes when we sweat one hand, it actually
So
donks off.
is there like a
Here we go.
holding that West could have that wouldn't have the ace of spades? That's the scary part.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to see where the high cards are.
They don't have anything in
So
clubs.
he
I mean,
did.
West
They
opened
have
in
the
third
ace of
seed.
hearts at most.
Does
Yeah,
Joel?
they
Does Joel
opened in
think
third
that?
seed. Favorable vulnerability. They could have anything.
That's fair. That's fair.
Joel's not quite sure. I mean, he has no clue what's happening in hearts at all because you would think Hurd would lead a diamond if he was going to have all these hearts in his hand, right?
Yeah, I think what Joel knows is that Hurd has sort of a broken, vulnerable diamond holding that he didn't want to lead from. So that's what he's working off of right now.
The other table is, I believe, still playing the hand. Yep. I will not spoil the fun on what they're playing in.
So, Mike, yeah, probably ace of diamonds, ace queen of spades surely would be an opening bid at this vulnerability in third seat. Right? Without the ace of hearts, or like the ace of hearts and not the ace of spades.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that these players are aggressive enough that ace fifth of hearts and the ace of diamonds and nothing else would be opened in
Whoa.
third chair there.
Yeah.
Is that your style, or still too old for that?
No, that I would do because if I have, let's say, ace 10 9 fifth of hearts and an ace, the reason I would open light in third chair is because when you have a light hand in third chair and you pass, it's just amazing how often the fourth hand opens a no trump. And so if you pass with a good 5-card suit and a couple of aces, and the opponent's open one no trump and raise to 3, you're just going to feel sick that you didn't get your partner off to the potentially winning opening lead. So I'm definitely going to be opening pretty light with a hand where I sort of know what I want partner to lead against 3 no trump.
That's true.
When I'm non-vulnerable. Because if we end up holding the bag in 1 no trump down 3 or something, it's no big deal. Vulnerable, I definitely take it in quite a few notches.
Gazoon tight, June. You okay?
Just sneezing a little.
This is the youngest Viewgraph commentator of all time, by the way. June breaks the world record of bridge here. Welcome the entire Berkowitz Willinkin clan here. This is nice. Aunt and uncle in the. Can I be like the Funkel?
Oh, yes. Uncle Rob for sure.
All right, sweet.
What is it? Michael has like a professional.
Yeah,
camera
that thing
setup.
follows him around. I think that's a robot or maybe some sort of AI. I'm not sure, but
It's a little bit creepy.
Note this interesting play by John Hurd.
Yeah.
And I think
so. He won the diamond and just fired the king of hearts.
Yeah, and I think for those of you who are kind of familiar with master hand concepts in declare play, this will look a lot more reasonable than it might at first blush because declare does have a whole bunch of heart losers in their hand. And yes, there's a void in hearts and dummy now, but there's only one trump. So Hurd is trying to get himself positioned to maybe lead a trump next and then cash a bunch of hearts. So of course Declarer can counter that by trumping the second round of hearts, but then Hurd's sitting there with a bunch of winners ready to go. So that's another way of kind of combating the threat of those long clubs in dummy, right? When there's a long, strong suit in dummy, there might be discards. You have 2 ways to counter that threat. And one is you can kill all the entries to the long suit. And the other is you can take your winners too fast. So declare doesn't have time to enjoy those discards. So Herd's opting for option number 2.
And if you are just joining us, and there are quite a few people dropping in, we have Dana Berkowitz. We have Michael Berkowitz also. He's off screen tending to his new daughter. And we have Chris Willenkin, who a lot of you might know as Gavin Wolpert's partner. I'm sorry, Chris, but a lot of people on my YouTube channel are like, oh, that's we know who Chris is. Welcome to the program. And Michael, if you're back, I'll take a step aside also.
Okay, I'm here.
All right.
So meanwhile, Declare has trumped his second heart and dummy and pitched his third and fourth on the clubs, but now Herd has established his fifth heart as a winner, or Declare his fifth heart. Right, this is gonna collect. Declare start with 6 hearts here, or am I miscounting? So it looks like
five hearts, because partner had 2 hearts.
Oh, yeah. Partner followed in the second. Okay, that's right. You already followed. Yeah, so that's it for the hearts. And now he's just going to tap the Declare. I think he's expecting his partner to have the ace of spades for that encouraging card, but probably not ace, queen, fifth of spades, and the ace of clubs. Or some hand like that. They might open some of those hands, it looks like.
Sorry.
So how does it feel to be in the mind of John Herd here? It feels like it might have been, you might have played it a little differently, but you understand where he was coming after it? Yes, no? Is this thing on?
I think we're with them in the defense, except we remain perplexed by the opening lead.
Yeah, probably. Understood. Did you see Zia underled Doubleton Small the other day and got a rough in an obscure spot? Because we went to his agreements card to kind of look at it, or someone did, and it just basically says Zia will lead what he wants to lead. Whenever he wants to lead.
Declare sure looking like 5-5.
All right, let's take a peek at what we just saw. There it is. He was 5-5. Diamonds and hearts there, and that's 5 imps to the Fleischer side. All right, back to seeing everybody's hand. Thank goodness. No trump for you guys? If you play the 14 to 16 brand, or do they play the 14 to 16 brand? I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
13 plus to 16.
Describe it as 13 plus to 16. So this hand comfortably in range. I played against them enough to know that they're definitely in first seed favorable vulnerability. Aggressive. Really looking to upgrade those 13s because it's preemptive to the opponent. But if you open a no trump with 13 points, a fair amount of the time, you find each of your opponents also with 13 points, and it just kind of goes all pass, and it's the opponent's 3 no trump, and there you are paying 50 a trick.
This looks like it could just be business right here, right? And
this is a penalty double by voltage. Obviously, against these aggressive 1 no trump openings, the artificial is out. You got to play penalty doubles.
It's like carrying a stick in your pocket, basically. Like, look, I know you guys like to bid those no trumps, but let's not get ridiculous.
Do you play penalty doubles against all 14 to 16 no trumps, or 13 to 16 no trumps, or certain 13 to 16 no trumps?
Is that a question for me? I like playing penalty doubles against all no trumps.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But here, this has gotten interesting, right? Herd's definitely not bothered by the penalty double. He's got a solid hand that expects to make 3 clubs, and now he's able to.
This has preemptive value too, right?
It's just a direct preemptively.
Because he almost certainly could have run to clubs.
Right, he could has some mechanism to announce that.
And I have to admit, I'm a little surprised to see Granger pass here. okay, he has 5 crappy points, but he's got,
He's short
if you
and
count his singleton, right? If he makes a takeout double here and his partner bids a suit, he's got kind of 7 or so dummy points for whatever a partner wants to bid. And partner did show probably 16 plus for the penalty double. So
hmm
seems like a spot where
he might say, "Hey,
I
maybe
would
we have
want to
something."
personally get in. But maybe they're more thinking that these doubles are about bidding game rather than competing for the part score. It's hard to know the pair's philosophy.
Well, one important thing to discuss here is, a long time ago, one of the exceptions to when a double is penalty is after a penalty double, most doubles are penalty. But you want to talk about how that's changed now that people like to still have takeout doubles in this type of situation?
Yeah, I think the modern style is generally that if we don't know that we have the opponents on the ropes, we play takeout doubles.
Yeah, the first
So
doubles or something like that.
sometimes when we double one no trump, we know we have them on the ropes. Our partner opened a spade. The opponent overcalled the no trump, and now we double for penalties with our 10-point hand. So partner open, we've got a good hand, and we know that they're in trouble. So we're very likely to want to double them for penalties, and so that's the best agreement there, I think.
Just so you know,
However,
this auction was repeated at the other table and was passed out. So
interesting, yeah.
somebody already
However,
passed.
here, while West is showing a strong hand, there's certainly no assurance that the deal belongs to East West. And in fact, here we can see it's kind of a part score battle, right? Where each side has a 9 card minor suit fit, and the best move is to kind of just compete.
I
So
think Joel will let this go though, because I mean Granger has an amazing hand compared for
right,
what he might have, and he didn't say a thing, so he can't even expect.
right. This is the low end of a penalty double of a 13 plus to 16 no trump. It's not probably the absolute worst hand he could have.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
pretty
he
good.
could have the jack fewer, but he's not short in clubs, and he basically has a minimum when he's unlimited, right? There's nothing to say that he can't be sitting over there with good diamonds and 20 points, right? So he'd probably want to be able to bid 3 diamonds with a hand like that. So I think those two considerations will sway him to the pass.
I feel like I should take the opposite.
All right,
Had
are
they
we?
chosen to go for penalties, by the way, it's not clear they would have beaten it. One no Trump, but
Oh, we don't have business to do. Too bad. Not quite fast enough for. And they did just play three clubs making at the other table. You guys can see that result there. And if you're watching on YouTube or
Yeah,
Twitch, it's on the bottom of the screen.
yeah, so a great argument for the takeout double school here because 3 diamonds is an easy make for East to West, and that's 6 imps.
Mm.
I played a lot of bridge in my day, and I can tell you that the number of swings from kind of collecting a penalty against the opponents really kind of pales in comparison to the number of imps that are won by just being accurate in competing.
Sure.
So that means bidding when you need to bid and selling out when you need to sell out. And so East, in my mind, with that singleton club, when he hears that there's 6 clubs behind him, right, looks like the opponents probably have a 9 card club fit. He really wants to make something else trumps, but doesn't know what that something else should be. So if you don't play takeout doubles and you have those hands, you're just gonna be giving away. I mean, here it's a 6 imp loss for failure.
Chris, I for one am kind of sick and tired of this old man reference here. Back in my day, let's tame it down a little bit, young man.
But your way of judging whether it's a situation where double would be taken or penalty is just if we have them, or is there
if we both know we've shown the balance of power, we have them on the ropes, we've already doubled them once, let's say, and they run from that double. Any of these auctions where we both know that they're likely to be in trouble.
This is not a run auction, right? Because of the jump.
Here's a choice
so sometimes
for Joel.
Sometimes people play that in this kind of situation. I think like a double would be penalty unless it was a fit, sort of showing a fit auction or a better hand.
Yeah. I mean, again, my experience is takeout doubles win a lot of part score competitive battles, and also you get some extra penalties from them where one hand makes a takeout double and the other person didn't have a strong enough hand to make a penalty double. So, oh wow, partner, you have a takeout and you have some points. Okay, I pass. So just the conversion to penalty gets you some doubles as well.
So this is just 2+ clubs, not precision. For all you taking a look at that, just 2+.
Wow, Joel has an absolute monster of a past hand.
Right, and considering he chose not to open this hand, which I feel like that's pretty normal. That isn't necessarily in my range in this spot.
Right. And now John Hurd is wondering what's up because he has
He's a good
usually when the opponent's open and your partner makes a takeout double and the next person says redouble, which shows at least 10 points.
You're not looking at this hand. Yeah.
You are looking at crapola.
Minus the ace and the queen of spades, that's your hand.
Right. Right. But here, yeah, Hurd has an interesting hand. He's, I'm sure, planning to compete to 2 hearts at his next round.
There it is.
So that's why he's going down the line with spades and hearts with 4-4.
We talked about this the other day. Very important here in this particular auction to confuse you beginning bridge players more. It just ends up being better.
Yeah, when you're responding to a takeout double, if you're planning to bid both the suits yourself, like here where North is planning to bid spades and hearts to offer a choice, you want to bid down the line. So if you bid spades and then hearts, if your partner has more spades, they can go back to spades without taking you up to the 3 level.
Very nice. And everyone, this is bridge in 2024, right? These and honestly, I think anybody would open Granger's hand these days, no matter you're playing in the trials or you're playing at a club. You're in third chair. It's a really nice hand shape wise. You're flip flopped in the minors the way you'd want to be, I suppose. So.
Yep, it passes the Wolenkin vomit test, right? Pass, and they open 1 no trump and raise to 3 no trump. You would vomit because you hadn't got
it. Mikri told me that's what you said the first time you met Dana.
Oh my God, Michael! What are you doing?
Ouch.
So Wooldridge notice has gone quite quietly here, probably giving his partner space for an even worse opening bid here, for the lead. Right, so Granger, what was a little bit light, but perhaps could have been very light with the lead directional hand, and so Wooldridge is content just to let the opponents have it in 2 hearts, even though he does have he redoubled, thinking he might double 1 heart for penalties, and then ended up not doubling 2 hearts.
It's like pump the brakes here a bit.
Yep.
Well, and that's also, this is that time where the vulnerability is really that, hey, be careful. We don't want to kind of give up something when we're just losing 110 or something here, or maybe even plus 50 or plus 100, I suppose.
It looks to me like with careful play, 2 hearts looks like it's a make. It's a little hard to analyze here, but yeah, basically the defense needs to cash its spades now.
Which they're doing effectively.
Which they're doing. And then Declare just kind of has a lot of winners, and all those heart spots are going to kind of come into play. So I don't see how the defense is going to get anything more than the King Jack of Hearts from here. I mean, Declare is a little scared that he's about to suffer a spade rough.
Yep, but now
once this spade stops,
play heart finesse.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting. He knows that the King of Hearts is offside from the redouble, right? Because East led the King of Clubs. Right. I guess he is going to play it anyway because he has the good spots. I'm actually not sure if that was the right line, because it seems like he might have been able to make it even if it was 4 hearts to the King Jack 10 by simply, roughing a club and leading the King Queen of Diamonds. But I haven't analyzed it that carefully. He's probably more into the hand though. Certainly, with the 10 of hearts popping up, Declares in complete control.
And at the other table, they are playing 3 hearts with the south hand. East did compete to the 3 club level. After kind of similar auction. I went a club, double, redouble, a spade, pass, pass, and no trump, 2 hearts, 3 clubs, 3 hearts, and they went down one.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that 3 heart bid by South at the other table is a violation of the law of total tricks. So
Oh, $5, Larry Cohen fund,
yeah,
done,
yeah.
written down, ready to go.
Does Michael get the $5?
I'll collect on his
Uh,
behalf.
I mean, what percentage of so yeah, there was a lot of talk in the chat about Larry Cohen's books also for many days. So, and
And
some say
so
the second is even better.
yeah, so the simplified version of what we're talking about is that if you know that your side only has 8 trumps in your trump suit, you generally don't want to compete to 3 of your suit over 3 of their suit, because it might just be that there's just not enough trumps to go around, and both sides are failing at the 3 level.
Whoa, hello,
And
Mr.
so
Danger.
I didn't analyze what would happen to 3 clubs, but it didn't look like it had great prospects.
All right. How many times will David Granger bid spades on this hand?
Twice, 1 and 4.
No, he's gonna get chances to bid 2 spades at least.
Oh wait,
and
wait,
then
wait, wait.
2
Sorry,
spades.
sorry. His partner has solid hearts also. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot of chances to bid spades here.
It's too. These hands are always disappointing. Oh, we only make 4. What? That's not right.
So West is thinking about
Or 5,
slam
yes.
here.
Excuse
They
me.
make 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can. Still,
On
it's
the
still
lead.
disappointing.
That's true. On a club lead, it makes 5. On anything else, it's gonna make more.
Yeah. I like to kind of say it's a 75% slam.
He's up to 3.
Only
He's
one
up
of the
to
4
3
suits.
spades.
Well, honestly, at this is not the time. I mean, well, how many boards are left? Honestly, we have.
Oh yeah, we also got to make sure that Chris doesn't miss the start of the last set. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah, we're a 30-minute. Yeah, exactly. So, Chris,
We're a little delayed.
we have faith in your ability to keep track of time, but
To
we will
regulate
also.
my own time. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
It would
okay,
be.
important.
So this 4
Okay.
hearts bid by West is a
Mike.
control bid in support of spades. So the 4 hearts bid says, I am interested in a spade slam. I have the ace or king or both of hearts. And also I don't have any aces or kings and clubs or diamonds.
And the
so
answer.
he just immediately knows, okay, we're off the first 2 club tricks.
And the answer to how many times Michael was 4. And as we sweat this hand, everybody drink.
Yep.
Oh, Dan is coming hammered here
Oh yeah.
because we've sweated a lot of bridge.
What are you
So-
drinking, Dan?
I am drinking a Riesling that I opened several days ago.
Oh, that's what June was drinking too.
Oh my god! All
Gotta
right.
get her to sleep somehow.
So note the good lead, the good aggressive lead by Bathurst here. We're not always wanting to be leading away from kings, but Bathurst had some clues
Yep.
that an aggressive lead was made, because Joel told him with the bidding that he's got slam interest and no high cards to speak of in clubs or diamonds. So Bathurst is putting it together and say, well, the dummy must have pretty much solid hearts. That's the only points that are left for him to have if he's interested in slam. And so if we, the defense, do not get our tricks quickly, they're going to go away. And so that he led away from his king.
Yeah, 2 red flags. Long source of tricks in dummy and hearts, and a lot of shape to his right with a whole bunch of spades. Right. So
Yeah, so here Declare did have 13 top tricks, but
I believe we're breaking the record for the
That's
most
good.
people in one.
It's all my
family,
mom on
one
different
video.
screens trying to
Yeah.
get a view of June.
By the way, is that do we need to contact anybody about the AI following you around? It's a little creepy, to be honest. Your camera just followed you out of the room, to be fair.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
That's
Does it
terrifying.
have
I'm on an
feet? And is it
It's an iPad.
welcome on Twitch and YouTube? Jump into the chat, ask questions. You actually have a player in the event still broadcasting with us. So if you have any questions that are within the bounds of, tact and fair taste, Michael,
So
you can ask those
what
questions.
is the biggest imp swing you've seen in a 15 board set? Let's like set some expectations.
It's pretty good.
The biggest comeback?
Well,
Or
I
let's put
yeah,
this way: what's the number you would want to kind of be within in the last set to think you have a reasonable chance with good boards? We need you need a lot of like kind of good boards, right? You need the right
so
set to do it in.
I think playing against a good team, like the team we're playing against,
they're okay.
we would have a a shot, a realistic shot if we're down fewer than 60,
Right.
and a good shot down fewer than 30. I think over 60 and 15 boards just is a little bit. You would need to play crazily and have great luck.
Yeah. Right. And be on the good side of kind of stuff that is
You need to
you're
be on the
kind
good
of
side of everything.
putting
Everything.
variance on. Yeah.
Everything.
You're not going
You heard
wild,
it
but you're
here.
kind of strategically aggressive, I suppose. Or
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be. So, in my experience, I mean, I have had some good comebacks over the years. And if this is my own personal experience, my advice is if you're down in a match and you're down so much that you need to start playing, slightly suboptimal bridge in order to try to create some swings. The easiest way to do it is to open something different than they
yeah.
do with the other team.
Yep. And we
So
were
that could be
talking about
opening it.
this. Just like you
Yeah.
know the other, you know the pair you're opposite, and you kind of know what they would usually be comfortable doing, and you try to maybe find a spot to be a little bit different, and then
Yeah. So for example, and so I think a mistake that I see some players make trying to come back is they say, "Oh, we just need to be hyper aggressive." Well, okay, but let's imagine that you're in first seat and you have six hearts to the ace king and nothing else. It's really easy to imagine getting a swing by passing, right? Maybe your partner opens one no trump and
yeah,
you transfer and you play four major from partner's side and you protect the lead. Maybe the auction just times differently and the opponents don't guess partner's critical queen in a slam, which they would have if you preempt. There's a lot of things that can happen.
yeah.
So
Because
if
they're
I
going to
was
put you on
down,
a hand, and they're going to say, "Well, he would have done this with that," and now you kind of you have an interesting side door where a hand you're probably not going to do much anyway, and maybe this is a difference maker for
yeah. So if,
in more
basically
ways
if
than
you're
one.
down you're down fewer than two imps aboard. You just want to play your normal game and just try to outplay them.
Hmm.
And so this is then if you're in the 2 to 4 imps aboard category, you need to create some luck swings.
Yep.
And so just choosing a different opening action is the highest percentage way to accomplish that.
So this deal looks like a don't draw Trump deal.
Just straight up.
I mean, you got a lot of things to rough in one hand or the other.
All right. Meanwhile, I've been watching this match and not watching my own score. So let's see if boys are making inroads without me.
I can tell you that it is on my screen at this point. It looks like 89.
You're
Yeah.
about to pick up some on board 38, though, I think.
I knew Dana would know.
Yeah. So
Dana, we need your full focus on this.
All right, I'm sorry.
Do you want to take a peek at it though? We can look at board 38. Though.
I'm taking a peek off camera
Okay,
here.
good,
So,
good, good.
one
That's
thing
perfect.
so
I don't want to jinx
any.
anything at all. I that's my only fear with anything is jinxing anything. So I'm just
Over the first 7 hands, 50 imps were exchanged.
so
They're
they're
over
efforting.
7 imps per hand, a
Nice.
little bit different than what's happening at this table. So apparently we had the volatility that we needed, but we were just not on the right side of enough of it.
Well, there's still a lot of boards left.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely. But somehow there's just
but
been
I
a lot
think
of
I think without I mean obviously we're all gonna keep track of that match for sure. But I think we can tell also just about the boards we're gonna see about. Okay, well here's one that could be interesting and so on and so forth. So maybe both of these matches could get interesting here. Simpson just needs something to go right for them, and because Fleischer just seems on a mission in this event, at least so far with their matches.
Well, it's a strong team that's playing in good form. So
Yeah.
and they've also had, I think, a relatively easy draw thus far. And when I say relative, everything is relative. When we get to these
No,
late
for sure.
stages of the U.S. trials, you're talking about all really excellent teams.
Of course.
But the team they're playing in this round did upset the number 3 seed
Lebowitz, yeah.
Lebowitz.
And also they got to play the team that upset the Robinson team in the first match also. Sorry.
Right. So they got to play two teams that were sort of underseeded for where they were in the event, or so that's been
we were talking
awesome.
about this earlier. It's pretty much, it doesn't, like, this is one of those events where at this point it wouldn't matter who won these matches because the final would be amazing, basically. So
yeah, you don't
Chris,
really, you don't really tend to get too many weak spots in the semifinals of the trials. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why so many people are checking it out. I was surprised that so many, like we had Sartaj on early in the week, who's now playing a tournament somewhere in that part of the world, and he was just like, this is the event they tune into on Viewgraph every year. They want to watch the U.S. trials because it's pretty great bridge at this point at every table. Shall we jump into the mind of Joel on the next hand? Anyone?
Let's do it.
Anyone want to take a look? Let me see what's going on board 39 actually first. Don't. Has anyone looked ahead on board 39 yet, or no? If you have, don't worry.
I'm peeking. I'm sorry. I'm peeking in Chris's match.
All right, so we'll.
But I'll stop. I'll stop. I
Are
promise.
you going to tell the woman to shut up? Is that what you're about to do, Rob?
What? Michael is a troublemaker, Dana. What is going? How did you live with this most of your life?
Sorry, I'm a little surprised he was going to do it.
You're raising a child right in front of you. Don't teach her to be mean like that. Do you like how I softened my voice there?
She,
when I'm on
she doesn't
camera,
really
I
understand
can. We have lots of views. A lot of people just came in to say hello. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Twitch. Whatever you're watching, it's the same exact broadcast. And we are watching Fleischer Simpson at the moment.
So I have both teams suffered time penalties at this point to have the interesting imp totals that they have.
I think no, it wasn't even a time penalty, Dana. It was something about a play penalty that was. Thank you. I knew someone in the chat would remind us. So, oh no, forget that. That's not that. It was some sort of procedure where Fleischer got like 0.4 and the other one got minus something, 5 point something. I don't know how it worked out, but it was based on their score at the moment, and they kind of almost like a split score. Michael, as a director.
Yeah. So director. Chris, you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think directors in this event have the ability to award scores based on what they think will happen a percentage of the time. So in other words, like let's say something happened in the bidding that was incorrect, so that the final contract would actually be 4 hearts, but 4 hearts would only make 75% of the time. They can award the imp score for it making 75% of the time and it going down 25% of the time. If that's what they think would happen.
Yes. The bridge laws allow for those kind of rulings, I think, particularly in cases where there's misinformation.
So here it is. It was set 1, board 2. Weighted score after misinformation affected declares. And it was Simpson -9, Fleischer +3.4, and then Simpson also had a slow play penalty, which is consistent. I think they've had one in every round that they've played, a slow play penalty.
Has it been Joel? He used to be
I
famous
don't
for
think
that,
it
but
has been Joel actually, but I
he's
could be
sped up
wrong.
in years of late.
I've from the bridge I've watched from. I mean, I guess we haven't been able to watch a ton of it, but we've watched a lot of Simpson actually because they've been in close matches. So Joel hasn't seemed particularly as deliberate as usual, as we like to say. Or what's the other one, Dana?
Thoughtful.
Awful.
Oh, I thought you said.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I thought you said awful. I'm sorry. You said
No.
thoughtful.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you.
Thoughtful.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, it makes it awful.
Someone really didn't like slow play earlier, and they're like, "Yeah, it's awful. It's terrible."
That is kind of how I secretly feel about it. I guess not so secretly.
So here,
Okay.
we're not in the mind of Joel for what it's worth, but
No, that's okay because I think we might have sweated this hand already at the other table, so we can jump
Drink.
in. We can jump in while the water's hot.
Is this a
on the
one
next one.
person drinking game? I mean, I don't know about this.
Yeah, Michael, where's your cocktail? Oh, I'm sorry. You have to be a responsible parent as you.
One of us is
troll your
parenting, one of
sister.
us is playing the trials, and then one of us
Yeah,
is
but
doing the work.
Mama works hard, Dana. You got to take care of yourself. All right, diamond and heart double. So is this 4 or 5, 4 plus basically? Do they play different stuff here also? Yeah, 4 to 5 spades. So different than kind of your standard stuff. And my students out there forget that says 4 or 5. It's 4 for you.
and this is
But
not an
there are
overcall.
advantages to this.
I don't think you'd be teaching this overcall either, for what it's worth.
Oh, very good point. There is a 4 card overcall. Chris, what are your thoughts on that? Do you, first of all, are you okay doing it sometimes, and is it usually just lead directing like this where it's a chunky, good suit?
Yeah, so for me, when I overcall um, 4 card major, I'm likely to have actually a really good hand that doesn't see any other way to kind of ever come into the bidding. So it's some
Got it.
hand that's so good that I just can't bring myself to pass, but I have a great 4 card suit. So with Granger's hand here, that would be below my tolerance, particularly because partner is already a
Past
past
hand. I
hand,
see.
so I'm not likely to make a game. But if you made the queen of diamonds into the king, now it's starting to get interesting. And I might worry, especially if my partner was not a past hand, that if I didn't overcall over diamond, I would miss 4 hearts, right? And my side would just never be able to get into
Got
the
it.
bidding. So it's not something I'm generally doing for the lead, although because I'm only overcalling in a really good 4 card suit, it will
Then
also be
it has a side benefit of that lead direction.
yeah, because the key thing is when you overcall on a 4 card suit, your partner's going to raise with 3 small happily, thinking you have 5. And so you need a good enough suit where you can maybe hope to draw trumps anyway. And so this ace, queen, jack, 7 is kind of right at the minimum end of that, I would say. I really prefer to have, ace, king, jack, 10 or something, but beggars can't be choosers.
Well, this has gone pretty well for him so far because the opponents have shown that his queen of diamonds is going to hold up, and they've set up the club suit for him.
Yeah, it seems like perhaps maybe South could have found a trump lead here because his partner, he made a negative double, and his partner did not compete, which would be a little unusual if his partner had a singleton heart, right? Maybe after the raise to 2 hearts, North might have done something with a singleton heart after partner already made a negative double of hearts. So, maybe South can actually think there's a decent chance they're in a 4-3 fit, and maybe find that trump lead.
So here it's just going to go diamond towards it. This is why he's drawing trump ending and dummy, so he can just snack on a diamond trick here.
Yeah, it looks like the opponents will be able to get a club rough in, but they'll get a club in his, or sorry, a rough in a spade. Oh, never mind.
There you go.
No, that's going away.
Easy game, this bridge. If we could just play it with all the hands face up, I would probably still.
Yeah,
I'd probably still go down in some contracts. I'm not gonna lie. It's
That's
one
the
of
most humbling experience ever when you're watching double dummy and you
Oh,
don't see how a contract can be made.
yes.
And then somebody like Walenkinson over here or Mexstroth just makes it single dummy.
Yeah, yeah.
Very upsetting.
Ooh,
here.
Hello, Chris.
this is a shootable board.
All right, I don't even know what that means.
Meaning you could get a lot of action on a board like this at many tables that might be different because of the shapes of the hands. That's all.
Suitable?
What's the prospects? Is that a 6 diamond contract there? You
Uh,
just lose a heart. You can
a
rough
lot
some
of
clubs.
handling. A lot of handling, but you can almost cross rough it. Almost. You can't quite. Let's see.
Pass 3 diamonds. Wow.
Yep, that makes sense. So East would have opened 1 diamond in first chair, because his hand probably values to about 13 points. But here, opposite a past partner, the chances of missing a game by opening 3 diamonds are very low. Whereas the chance of disrupting the opponents, who obviously have a lot of spades, are very high. Now here, of course, West is likely to bid 5 diamonds, not particularly expecting to make it, although he'll be pleasantly surprised to do so, but more just continuing the preempt.
Rosenthal now down 78 with all playing board 40 right now in that match, which I don't know what that means as far as when they finish.
45.
I've lost all concept of time out here in Schaumburg. I'm 30 minutes
Join,
behind everybody else. I don't know. I'm an hour behind my usual time, so
I would be pretty surprised if Joel does anything other than just bid 5 diamonds here, right? He doesn't know his partner sitting there with Jack 10 9 4 the clubs. I
there
just
it
think
is. Yeah.
he wants to make sure that the opponents can't mention clubs.
And he wants to make sure if it goes
I
anything
mean,
else, it's
notice
at least that level.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the other match, both tables were playing 5 diamonds doubled.
Yeah,
And
and that's going to happen here. North double just says, "Oh, I've got points.
Yeah.
We're not going to raise to the 5 level on just 3 card support. We're just going to double to show points." And South is going to pass. And sure enough, if you look at the North-South hands, you don't mind too much defending 5 diamonds double, right? You've got
sure,
the King of Clubs, the Ace King of Spades, and the King of Hearts
you're pretty confident
behind
actually. Yeah.
behind the non-preemptor.
And your partner
And sure
bid
enough,
3 spades.
only one of those cards takes a trick.
and it's not the ace of spades.
Yeah.
Or the Ace of Clubs. This
Or
is a sad hand.
right. I mean, Kevin looks at the dummy. He's like, "Oh my god! Well, I see that one, and now."
So what is the plan here? To try to rough.
So Simpson opened a precision diamond on this hand, and it went 3 diamonds, 3 spades, and Marty now has kind of the same decision, except he had an opening bid on his left.
So take 4 club roughs and a
So Declare,
heart.
I think Declare is going to take a heart finesse early. They're not really worried about South having a singleton heart because they didn't lead it, and they're certainly not worried about North having a singleton heart because that would give South a IQ at 5-5 in the majors. So the heart finesse is kind of free to take, and when it loses, there's a heart winner in dummy to discard one of the clubs. So Declare needs quote unquote only 3 club roughs. So in other words, if North wins the King of Hearts and switches to a trump, there's still enough roughs to do everything. And actually, the 10 of Hearts is an entry to facilitate the run.
So there's a question in the chat. What would you expect 4 diamonds to be here? Though they're asking, wouldn't 4 diamonds be an idea here? But I don't think.
With which
I don't
hand?
think they want to avoid bidding game with the West hand, right?
Right. In other words, you might make 5 diamonds. Like here you make 6, and it wasn't like partner had
Right,
that
and
great.
you're
hands.
preempting them out of the club suit, which you're avoiding,
Yeah.
and you know your
Right.
partner has preempted diamonds. So yeah, that's why.
So that's a spot where we're in an expert game. You're going to see incredible levels of aggression, a situation where either side might make game.
Yep.
Right? Because basically, if you become the declarer in game, you have two ways to win a big swing. One is that you make, and the other is that they make, and you go down less than the value of their game.
And
So,
exactly, Sep, that's the question in the YouTube chat. They may play hearts or spades, and yeah, that's great for you, but probably the more likely strain at this point, based on what you can know about the hand, the fact that partner already preempted a different suit, is they have a bunch of clubs, right? And that's the one.
That's
Good.
if my partner made that comment, I would tell them they were high on hopium.
Hopium.
Yeah.
So wait,
Yeah.
we had two things that we Simpson and Simpson and Rodwell had an amazing auction of that 7-spade contract. It was yesterday where they got to key card at the 3-diamond level, and
Oh, wow.
and then they got to Jack Ask, and the two best ones were Jackwood, which sounded like an awesome name for asking for the Jack, and also the underwear ask. Like, I know about the top cards, I know about the bottom cards. Now what's underneath? So we had a lot of fun broadcasting that particular hand.
I played some relay in my day, and we could ask for the Trump Jack sometimes, but we never got around to side suit jacks.
Did you see? Do you remember? I don't know if you played in that set, but it was Ace Queen 4 of clubs opposite King Jack tight, and it was
Yes, this was so Nickel has definitely been outplaying us this match.
Oh, this was where he just bombed off 7. So I remember.
They also outlucked us, but they had a key card accident to get to 7.
Gosh, that's why he bid 7. Okay, now I understand it.
Yeah.
Now the audience does too. Thanks.
Yeah. What one player bid 4 hearts, intending it as a transfer to spade, intending it as key card in clubs, and the other one took it as a transfer to spades, and the opponent survived this. So survived and won a large swing. So when you're playing against a team that's as good as Nickel, and you lose imps on those boards instead of winning, it's going to be a very long 2 days.
Yeah. Go, Dana. Sorry.
I've now seen 3 different actions with a north hand over 1 spade past 2 spades. So, what do you like?
You've seen 4. You've seen 4 spades.
I've seen pass 3 spades and 4 spades.
Interesting.
With that north hand, 3 different valuations from 3 different experts.
Well, if those are the 3 valuations that you see from 3 experts, you kind of know what the right answer is, right? Just knowing only that information.
You like the 3 spade bid?
I'm just saying, some of it depends on partner style a little bit. But if you told me that 3 people in the semifinals of trials held a hand, and one of them signed off on a part score, and the other bid game, and the third one made a game dry, I would say that the game dry person was right. I don't actually need to know what the hand is.
Is 3 spades a game try?
Likely.
Well, yeah, I mean, North should do something that's, maybe in some people's style, they'd have to bid 3 diamonds, but a 3-card suit there as a game try. But that kind of specificity isn't that important.
Ooh.
What's important is just how good is the hand. And I think game try is probably a pretty good valuation for North.
Guess what? Fleischer and Martell are in on board 40. They're in 6 diamonds doubled.
Ooh la la.
That'll be good for them.
That was the last board we looked at, actually.
It will not make for exciting viewing in the last set.
It went a diamond, 3 diamonds, 3 spades, 5 diamonds, pass, and now the south hand Rodwell doubled. It went pass, 5 spades, which was alerted as nothing special. Pass, 6 diamonds, double, all float.
So I think what happened here is that North-South had a specialized agreement that some experts have. Actually, I play this way with Gavin. We don't have a lot of agreements, but this weird one is one of the agreements we have, that if the opponents have a passed hand opposite a preempt, and they bid to the 5 level over our game bidding, we are forced to do something. We can't pass it out. We either have to double them or we have to bid. And so I think that probably that pass by the North was a forcing pass that actually, the way Rodwell and his partnerships play is a little confusing, but basically compelled his partner to double.
Got it.
And so this was just a way to kind of compete to 5 spades. And then, of course, Martell was just, or Fleischer, whichever one had.
Fleischer was the 6 diamond bidder there with the.
So he just was he now knew his partner was void of spades and he's void of clubs, and now all of a sudden
There
he
you
can
go.
visualize that
This
six
is
diamonds is
interesting.
a good contract. But meanwhile, here, this particular four spades is not a great contract, right? You're off the ace of clubs and the ace of hearts, and so you really kind of need two spades with the with
With
well,
the
and you
queen
need to
on
guess
side.
with something else.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And that's a below par game contract, but
10
in the
imps for
long,
Fleischer, 6 diamonds
yeah,
doubled, making 1090 for Fleischer.
Nice.
And that is above the 650 that you get for 5 diamonds. So big win for them. And they have stretched it out to, check my math, but that looks like 97.65. Is it right?
We don't know.
I feel like the 0.65 won't be the difference maker.
Great.
It's always good to see it not come down to
Well, for
procedural.
those of you on FanDuel with your bridge brackets, you might be able to.
Yeah, I think Fleischer covered the spread.
How you
Where
doing
do you
on
get the
time,
odds?
Chris? You still
I'm
okay
doing
for a
good.
bit?
I have 30 minutes till I have to play.
Okay, so let's
We're
flash
all worried for
over.
you.
Let's flash over to Joel Wooldridge then on the next board.
All right.
We see what's happening here, right? We don't have to. Do we have anything to look at?
I don't think so.
Well, let's preview that section right there, and they're just starting to bid at the other table, so we shouldn't have a result ruin our information. If you've seen the hand, it's okay to abstain or just pretend like you know everything.
We always do.
All right. Being Joel Wooldridge. Here we go. All right. His partner is the dealer, his partner is the dealer on this hand. Don't look at the board, by the way. We're sitting west. Suspend disbelief by looking at. This is one of the glitches in Love Bridge. They don't orient this kind of correctly, but we can't have a problem with it. This is so cool to watch bridge with.
It's a pretty minor glitch. I feel like
Yeah. So, you bidding here, red? Or are you just letting it go and hoping you have a good lead to 3 now?
after been 3 clubs, which is a little bit scary, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this pair may not play. If they play penalty doubles with one no trump, then they can't overcall naturally at the 2 level.
Yep. There you
And
go.
honestly, natural overcalls in clubs are of questionable value because oftentimes you just push the opponents into a major suit contract, the good major suit contract.
And you don't do much to disrupt their methods or anything like that if you're just doubling or doing something else. There it is. Little Stamen, no thank you, and 3 no trump. And we get to lead.
Which club are you leading?
What do you think?
Well,
What's their agreement for what they would do with this holding? Is the question.
I will say this: if I was Wooldridge and down in this match, I would lead not the club.
Interesting. So you want to go for the gusto?
Yeah, I would just because this is the kind of hand where the book lead is to lead, the queen or jack of clubs, whatever your methods are, and just basically you're not really so much hoping your partner has the king of clubs on this auction where but it's just barely possible. But mainly you're hoping that you or your partner kind of gets on lead next
And just fires a club through King Doubleton or has the 10-9 of clubs or something or whatever.
Right. And partners has a club to get to you and you can run the clubs. But it's a pretty good spot for a swing, just to lead a passive spade.
Yeah.
And just sort of hope that you have ace, queen, jack of clubs over Declare as king, right? And if Declare has length in clubs here, which is, they showed no major, right? So if they have king 10 fourth of clubs.
Now we just have.
It might just be a wait and see hand where you just wait with the king of clubs over the ace, queen, jack of clubs over the king and hope they don't have 9 tricks.
So
that's not the best bridge, but if I was down a bunch of imps, I certainly would lead the spade here.
Looking at the dummy here, is that a game going bid now in just the trials? Vulnerable, you have a 9 count, you're bidding a game after partner opens a no trump. Compared to like the normal human beings, we probably want to have 10 points.
What's their range? Is it the 13 to 16?
14 to 16, I believe. 14 plus
Yeah.
17. Sorry, so it's higher
14.
ranging. So
Yeah, this is a 15 to 17 no trump vulnerable. I said.
so that's a little
So,
different.
yeah.
That's not a 14 to 16 now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I
So,
mean, I just
Yep, there's not. They don't pay a bonus for two no trump. So
I like
see
it.
experts. Yeah, experts
Non-vulnerable.
really.
Are you maybe more likely to be
Yeah,
deliberate with a
that's
hand?
very different. That's very different. So vulnerable. If you bid three no trump down one,
10 of clubs, a
and they
great
play two
card.
no trump, and they play two no trump, making two in the other room, you lost 6 imps. But if you play three no trump, making three, where they play two no trump, making three, you win 10 imps. So
Yeah.
10 to 6. What that means is that as long as your game is about a third to make, you're doing okay to bid
Right.
games. So underdog games actually show a profit, and even more so because oftentimes when you're in real trouble and you can go down a whole bunch, the opponents fall all over themselves ensuring that they beat you and
Yeah.
let you out or down one when they could have you down three. So just
That's a very good point also.
yeah, so the expert style, I would say, for the last 30 somewhat years, maybe 35 years, has been this way. I think Mextroth and Rodwell were really the first top pair to bid game on every hand, and in the late 80s and early 90s, that
And
was
the
kind of
results speak for themselves.
yeah, exactly. Right.
So-
That was a surprise to people. They didn't know how. They didn't have as good a defensive carding. They relied on giving the opponents solid hands for their bids. When they're defending, trying to paint a picture of the opposing hands, and then sure enough, they would let these games make because.
Can we see it? So is it possible Joel has found like 3 of like the 4 or 5 points that David could have in his hand? Basically, has he found the king of clubs here? Or
he has not, because if Granger had king 10 of clubs, he would have
he would just
overtaken
play the king of clubs. So what
Yeah.
is the 10 signifying here? This is just some sort of
that signifies singleton 10.
Okay,
In my opinion.
perfect. I like it. And that's exactly what Andy was asking in the chat. Is it a signal? It is. It is shortage, if you will.
Chris, with the West hand opposite of 14 to 16 no trump, would you also? How would you bid this vulnerable at imps?
Good
Yes, I
question.
would invite with a 14 to 16, opposite of 14 to 16 no trump. So I'm looking to basically, be in any game. If I'm carried to a 24-point game in imps, it's not that I relish being in them, but I don't mind. So if I know I'm at least 24, I'm usually going to bid game.
Well, I can tell you right now, Chris, we're looking forward to watching your last match. It's actually getting 72 now. So
Yep. So we're still, in the ultra long shot range, but a few boards left to go.
yeah, quite a few actually. We're on that delay, so actually
Sadly,
4 boards
though,
left. It looks like.
Yeah. Sadly, though, I've looked at the actual website and my team is finished, and we picked 11 imps, which leaves us down 80.
Okay.
That I think is going to be a little bit tough.
Well,
We have faith, Chris.
Well, honestly, and we've seen way weirder stuff happen for sure. So I wish you the absolute best of luck.
Thank
And
you.
the entire audience is going to be cheering for you and Gavin for sure. So
June has not seen anything weirder happen, for what it's worth.
what would you say, Michael?
I said June has not seen anything weirder happen.
Yeah. This is her first bridge tournament. Hey,
all right, off I go. Bye, guys.
all right, Chris, take care
Fun
and best of luck to you, my friend.
Good
Thank you
luck.
so much for joining.
My pleasure.
That was awesome, by the way. He's actually in the middle of the event. I mean, to come in and be able to say hi. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely
Yeah,
did.
he must really like you, Rob.
And he really loves Dana. That's the problem.
We were talking bridge.
I don't know
and
why
I
that's a
said-
problem. That's amazing.
We were talking bridge. We were going over the hands, and I said,
as
while
well
you're
jump
talking
in.
bridge, you might as well join.
Yeah, there we go. So in this case, like basically, partner has not much, but
Yeah.
if they have like the king of spades, which is certainly possible, they might be able to. Well, whatever. They have no way to lead a club because that 10 of clubs is just, hey, that's it. But Joel's hoping for something here.
So let's see.
He's hoping for like
Do they
ace
have enough
10
tricks?
fifth or something like that.
So if they possibly have 3 heart tricks and 4 spades is 7.
So what's Declare's shape? Declare doesn't have
Declare has 4
Sure.
clubs.
4
Yeah.
clubs.
They have, maximum 3 in each major. It could be 4 triple 3. It could be.
I'd be a little worried that Declare can now like take a diamond finesse into sort of
Looks like
safely.
partner
Yeah.
either has a spade or a diamond on her, right? That's. Well, or maybe even a couple spade honors. What's the max they can have over there?
4,
Kevin
5,
opened
6, 7, 8,
14.
9.
We had this 11 count here, 25, 34, about 6 max.
This rough arithmetic is the thing that we all do. I can't talk. We're all doing this at the table. We're all counting and trying to figure out what partner's range is.
Right, and what card they may or may not have, and this they have room for maybe a card in each suit, maybe 2 cards in one of those suits, probably.
I mean, if partner has the 10 of diamonds, what if partner has King 10 4th of diamonds?
So partner shape might be easier to figure. That they have a stiff club, 3 spades, 5 hearts.
Yeah. Partner must have 5 hearts, right?
Yeah, right. At
Is
least.
3 upside down?
Good question. I believe so. Allie, I'm pretty sure they play upside down stuff here, unless.
Well, the problem is I can't quite continue hearts no matter what.
Well, that's the
But-
thing. Like that's unless he's just like, okay, well, that's the if I know that's a single. So here comes a diamond to the 10. Okay.
Yeah, this is what I didn't
So,
really want, but I
okay.
didn't play ace jack or clubs, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That was the thing that was the reason to play ace jack.
So
or
is
clubs,
he's still worried about just he just doesn't want to. He wants to be patient.
No, he's not
and
getting
take
up
his club
anything.
trick at some point.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid giving Declare
Giving
the
Declare,
ninth
yeah.
trick.
Yeah, but he can be end played eventually if they play a club to the 9.
That's true.
If the Clara figures it out. I mean, I don't think the king of clubs. I mean, I guess
Well, I
now
mean,
that he's
partner has like
Right.
king queen of spades or king jack of spades on this hand over here. What is righty showing up with already? Ace king of diamonds, ace of hearts. That's 11, and the
clubs.
king of clubs. That's
King of clubs.
14. So, oh wow, okay,
Straight.
he had the big boy. So partner has just like queen jack of spades and wait, partner has
Wait,
ace of hearts.
what?
Partner has ace of hearts.
Oh yeah,
Does he?
What's left?
Yeah,
Where's
he
the-
ducked it so that we could continue.
He
hearts
ducked it
later.
because he thought it was Queen Doubleton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor pobre partner.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
David.
4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, now it's sick because he can end play north.
he he has
I
like
think he can end play. I think he can like take a diamond and play a spade and a spade, and then play north into playing hearts. Or he can do it now.
well,
maybe. I
spades
don't
are
know.
just breaking for him.
Oh, they're
here
3-3.
comes
Never mind.
his yeah. This was his 6th, and now
All right, I'm cheating. Partner does not have the ace of hearts. We are very confused.
did we miss a card?
So
Oh my
we've seen the king, queen
God.
of spades.
Partner has a king of clubs.
No.
That would be very funny.
No. What happened here?
Yeah, we missed something, but
Were they
let's see.
one no Trump?
Oh, he had the king of diamonds and the jack of spades. Sorry, I missed the king of diamonds. I thought Declare had the king of diamonds. I apologize.
I
think-
played a diamond to the
Just
Yeah.
I totally called out that he had the king of diamonds, and yeah, that's my bad. Sorry, guys.
Can we look at the full hand again? Because I have no idea what just happened.
Well, I think that you're among like company. I clearly have no idea what's happening because I never saw the King of Diamonds get played. I thought Declare cashed it at some point. I think I've been looking at the screen for far too long. Here you go, Michael.
Very
Okay.
possible.
So,
So
so there was the start of the hand, the Queen of Clubs, and then Joel
4,
played
5,
Queen of Hearts.
7, 8, 9. He always has 9 tricks.
Yeah, with
1,
spades
2,
being 3-3.
3, 4,
I'll back it up.
5,
Sorry.
6,
With the
7.
Queen of Hearts on side and the
Yes.
he always
Once
did.
once he ducks the club, he can now safely play diamond. Yeah. This is a fun hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and-
even if he wins the club, it turns out he can just keep.
Well, now he's just got to take his tricks.
And
You
notice
can't
that
afford
this
You wound up taking extra tricks.
this is really good for those of you at home because of he's worried about clubs. He's actually frightened. He doesn't want a club to come through, but he kind of knows the 10 went there. So left-hand opponent is the person that can lead clubs, and if they want to, they can lead the ace. But they're very safe to just take this nice diamond finesse and try to create a trick with no danger of getting crushed. Very
Yes.
cool. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, it's a neat hand. He knows he's safe to duck the club because right hand, the danger hand, can't get in.
Yeah. Who's your favorite bridge partner, Michael?
June.
My wife is clearly the right answer, isn't it?
Okay, Dana, who's your favorite bridge partner?
And my mother.
Wait, which one, Michael? Is it your wife or
like-
your mother? We will
I
only
like
post this right to your channel on Mother's Day. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I have many favorites. I can't possibly choose.
No one ever says
Oh,
me.
well,
man.
Dad and I also will cast a vote for Alex Perlin. We'll both throw that in there.
That's true.
Well, I mean, I think everybody would cast a vote for Alex Perlin. Like,
We're gonna throw in a vote for Alex
he's
Perlin.
one of the best. He's my favorite.
Of the people I'm not related to.
It is Mother's Day on Sunday. In fact, if you guys see me broadcasting on Sunday, just remind me, just in case, okay?
I might have a line that one of my partners is watching who is not Alex Perlin. So I'm going to go ahead and say that all of my partners are my favorite partners.
Right. No one ever says me. I'm just saying. It's
That's-
kind of.
Rob, have we played
Yeah, we
as
played.
partners?
We played once. And we played a random regional event at some nationals, like years ago, though. It was probably like 6 years.
Oh, yeah. How'd we do?
I don't recall. We did well, but I don't recall. And I think I forgot we were playing, and I might have.
You don't have to complete that sentence. It's
You don't,
all
have
right.
to, you don't have to confess any crimes here. You do
I
not
might have
have to-
enjoyed myself a little bit before we
feedback.
played the session, and but I think we did okay. I don't remember.
It's all kosher.
Everyone, just
Rob-
take a look at my ACBL live, and you'll find it somewhere in there.
Oh, okay. True, it's okay.
June, it's okay. It's. I know when
Rob
Joel
and I
plays
still
the
have one of
hand.
the most favorite, our respective most favorite and unlikely results together. So
Oh,
we are
the GN
definitely.
best,
Yeah.
best time I ever had at the bridge table, right there.
Yeah.
All right, there it is. Club finesse to the king, and Herdman's like, yeah, I got a nice club suit, but the spots in the dummy the spots in Joel's hand are pretty tasty.
Did her lead a spade?
I think so. Let me
Yeah.
just confirm that for you right now, though. There
Oh,
it is.
neat.
Look at you, so fancy.
Deuce of spades.
That is a really cool feature.
Learning on the fly, but this is my favorite thing is when we do see a weird hand. That frequency chart is quite lovely when you see what the other
Yes.
hands and the other people are doing.
But the ability to go and replay a specific trick
Yeah,
I have not seen that before. Well done to the designers.
yeah. Loveridge, a shout out to you guys. Shout out to that other app we were talking about, Qbids. Awesome app as well. Michael, will you be a Qbid partner for me?
Sure.
All right, Dana.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. This is honestly an opening bid on every planet. 5-5 with Joel's hand, spades and diamonds. And he's going to get a nice game for us with a beautiful hand in Granger's. How many diamonds can they make?
Oof.
6.
I
on
guess
a
it
heart guess.
depends. Yeah, how good they are at guessing the hearts.
Yeah.
Oh, on this
6 from Joel's side's pretty bulletproof, right? Unless
Yeah. They right-sided it, which I think most people will. This looks like a pretty standard auction.
this could be a fun hand till I wonder what happened in the. Oh, they've gotten past this board in the Rosenthal match. Both chopping 6 diamonds there. Nice.
Professional.
Yep. And at the other table, they are a little behind this table. They're on board 43 still. Sorry, I'll get the result back up for you guys. There it is. Chris kind of told us the ending on that one, but I want to see them come back or at least get close to it. I don't want anyone to lose by 1 again, but it would be nice if they came back and we had a really exciting finish there.
Still too recent, I think, for Dad, who was on the team
losing end of
by
that.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll tell
June
him.
hasn't learned her view graph etiquette yet of not crying when it's not her turn to speak.
June can talk anytime she wants. In fact, honestly, we talked about it. The reason you are here is just so June could be here, and maybe if you bring Yeti in, it could be like the trifecta.
He's sitting back there somewhere. I don't know if you can see him on the other side of that.
I would like the camera just to follow Yeti. That would be lovely.
I think Yeti is usually where June's at, right? He doesn't like to be separated.
Baby.
Do not do anything bad with the baby, Michael.
Yeah, I'm really hoping this camera doesn't fall on top.
I can't believe that Michael Berkowitz, Justin Blanchard both have children and are responsible adults. Actually, I believe more on the Michael part.
I mean, they both have children. Do we know that they're responsible adults, or?
Good question, yes. Or good statement, yeah. I don't think we do know that. But they're playing good.
Oh.
They're playing good.
Okay, so would
John,
we
you're
have done better left to our own devices on this hand?
This is going to be a potential swing. Fleischer and Martel haven't bid this hand yet. They're probably about to go through it.
6 diamonds by West is great.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, Mike. It's super good because your heart is protected on the opening lead, and you just have a massive source of tricks on the other side of the table. So,
yeah, I don't really see how you would play it from the east side, but there are lots of transferee systems now, so who knows?
So a spade, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, and then some sort of diamond raise all seems sort of forced to me.
mm-hmm.
And then I guess the question is, from there, is there anything that we might have considered as an alternative?
Yeah, you ready for an auction? It went a spade, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, 4 clubs, and I need to get my little gear out of the way here. Sorry about that. 4 clubs, 4 diamonds, 4 spades, and then it was 4 no, 5 spades, 6 diamonds. And I can tell you what those bids mean. 4 no was just regular key card, and 5 spades was 2 width. So possible swing there for the Simpson team, it would be for the Fleischer team. Pardon me, because East West here missed that slam.
So in the Rosenthal match, it does look like West found a way to key card.
Yeah. Which table are you talking about, Bobby and Steve, or
both? So Craniac key carded directly over 3 diamonds.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Baby hiccups.
Because it said I have a fit with 5 plus clubs, and he's like, oh really?
Yeah. So that means
looks like a nice shape.
Likely stage shortness, I think, on this auction. So it's pretty good for him.
And sorry, folks, we're talking about hand 44. Apologies, we didn't see a 2 suited bid by Granger, just 1 heart. Seems like he just has a bad hand. He doesn't want to be too frisky here. Oh my goodness! Hello there, June.
Just got a little hiccups.
The cuteness is overload.
Yeah,
it's absolute overload.
This is.
I guess I don't really need to be on camera, right?
Berkowitz.
Okay.
We just want the cooing sounds of June. That's all.
Oh, okay.
June Sylvia Berkowitz. All right, diamond, a heart, 3 clubs. Is this a fit jump here?
Is fit jump alertable?
It's 5 clubs, 4 plus diamonds, forcing.
Oh yeah,
All right.
it is a fit jump. Good call.
5 plus clubs, 4 plus diamonds. Yeah. And then 3 diamonds here.
Strong
Some
raise.
sort of
hearts.
good heart raise. Yep. And David's like, "What? Stop that."
Yeah.
But happy to know partner has something over there. Little does he know, partner also has a 4-card spade raise for his 5-card
Oh,
spade
wow.
suits.
Well, I don't
goodness.
think Bathurst is done. Bathurst is gonna, I think, keep bidding
Yeah,
with
that
his
7-4.
monster.
Probably 4 clubs, maybe. Yep.
Yeah. What can he make? Let's see. Oh, he's got 2 club losers.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
anyone
brutal.
makes anything. I think this is one of those hands where it looks very promising.
Partner
for
has
every-
spade wastage, unfortunately, too. So
East West might be able to make 3 hearts.
yeah, they
3
can't make
spades?
4 spades, right? Because they have to lose a heart, 2 diamonds, and at least 1 spade.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll probably lose exactly that, to be fair. Johnny putting
Yeah.
it back in 4 diamonds. What's he saying? I don't believe you, Kevin? I'm just kidding. I'm being controversial like Michael.
He does believe him. He believes that he has a fit.
Yeah.
And his diamonds are lovely. So does this, let's see. Probably a club and a rough on this.
Yeah, but then what's their out now, right? That he's gonna make 4, right?
And a spade and then maybe another club. And he's gonna make it.
Oh. Yeah, he can just rough high and draw
Rough
trump
high.
and say
Yep.
see ya. No, 5 diamonds is not makeable for exactly what Dana just said. Thank you for asking. They're gonna go club to the ace, club rough, and have to lose a spade, right? They're gonna try to get another rough, but yeah, exactly.
Or never, but it's not gonna be there this time.
Someone in the YouTube chat, if I'm defending, it's makeable. Totally, buddy. I'm with you.
That's how I feel too. All games, all contracts are in play.
Last time Michael and I played a session together, I was terrible, Michael. I was so bad, and it was just like every time I did something, it was just not only wrong but pretty stupid as well. It was just one of those days where it's just like, okay, not gonna do good.
No, it was just one of those days.
Speaking
For
of
both.
the grammar chat, not gonna do good. All right, 4 diamonds making 4 for 130. Are they gonna bid 6 diamonds in the other room? Let's look, and then we'll call it a day for this session.
So the grammarians, is their view shortness means a height deficiency?
A
Uh-huh.
measure of
I called
distance.
it.
A measure
I
of
called it.
distance.
Relays, they're going to play it from their own side.
Oh, you did call it. And
And
look
now-
at that double.
And now they'll have an interesting. Oh no! Now they know to guess it probably correctly, or at least they're not going to play the king. They're not going to take
Well-
Eric for underleading the ace.
You know, not to be a nundik or anything, but he can make 6 no, I think. 6
Ooh, the right side.
Oh, that is very correct.
without guessing.
That looks like
Yeah.
12 rippers.
Well, six no is not exactly a cold cut. You need the
Oh.
club jack
You
to drop them.
You need a lot of good stuff, yeah. But we know. We can see all. I kind of liked it when
I'm just
you
saying,
3 were on
this-
camera and I was off because I felt like God. You know, I was like, hello, children. Are you ready?
Just the voice on the.
While we're
Yeah.
waiting for an answer, can I ask you a question? Do you prefer, like, when you buy a bag of chips to, like, open it this way, like, rip it open and the whole top comes open? Or do you prefer the little slice it open, pour the chips out?
I usually run it over with my pocket steamroller so that it's like flattened.
You like chip
And
chips?
it makes one big chip. That's what happens.
Here's that
Can I ask you?
hybrid.
the important question of how this came up.
I struggled to open this type of bag this way, and I think I pulled my shoulder muscle in the break. I'm just saying.
Was this on camera?
No, it was not. You cannot go back and see it.
You want to know how to increase viewership, Rob?
I'm just like, because I grew up with just, and now it's like, what? I'm supposed to find this little thing? All right, so they're gonna make 6 here.
Yeah.
And they are only
but they
5,
talked
so
themselves.
they're
They talked.
they're pushing with their partners. Yeah.
Rob,
But-
if you in fact pulled something and you have to go see a doctor, make up a different reason.
I play injured. Okay? I'm just saying. But I didn't pull anything badly. I'm more likely to do that on the tennis court.
Let's note that this was a good double by Doug to talk them out of a contract, because they might have been worried
Right.
that he had
Well,
queen.
Marty's just like, well, I have King Jack of Hearts and he just doubled. That looks like 2 losers to me, right? Ace Queen,
sure.
just as likely as
Yeah.
the ace. Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
I think I can say without a doubt, this was the sweetest time I've been broadcasting. So, Michael, thank you for that. Sorry, not Michael. Sorry, June. Thank you for that. Dana, thank you for that. And Yeti, thank you for that so much.
Oh,
Coming
here's
in at the
Yeti.
end for his time on camera. Bye, June. Michael, seriously though, thank you so much. And if anyone is taking time out of their day, yours is the most precious. So I really appreciate you doing that. And Dana, I hope to see you again before the end of this. But if I don't, we will talk again soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Thank you for hosting, and I'll be watching the last set.
Yep, me too. All right, guys, I'll see you later. And folks out there, we'll be back in just a moment for the final set. Let's see if we can get some furious comebacks going. We'll be rooting for it, and we'll see you for the action, guys. Take care. Thanks so much.
Bye.